Hi everybody. So, in activity 4.6.2, more cereal and a discounted shirt, problem 1 talks about a cereal box. It says now it contains 20% more. And originally it came with 18.5 ounces of cereal. So how much cereal does the box come with now? All right. So, one way you could do it, very visual, you could use a double number line. And the double number line method is directly connected to the tape diagram method, and we'll show you how. Let's say this whole thing is 100%. Okay, the whole thing's 100%. Matter of fact, we're going to put 100% right there. That means that originally 100% was 18.5 ounces. When we read the story and the cereal box, it says it contains 20% more, which means that we're going to be adding some amount onto here. The question is, how much extra are we adding on? Well, we know it's an extra 20%, so 100 plus 20% is 120%. But what's the total amount? That's what we want to know. And so in order to figure that out, we're going to need to break it into pieces to see how much that extra 20% is worth. So 100% divided by 20% is equal to 5. So there's 5 pieces there. And that means that we're going to take 18 and we're going to split 18.5, and we're going to split that into 5 pieces to see how much each piece is worth. If you do that, you're going to get 3.7 ounces. So we can go back to our first piece, that's 3.7, 7.4, 11.1, 14.8, all the way up to 18.5 ounces. Percentage-wise, it's going to be going by 20s, like so. So if we want to get to 120%, we're just going up by 3.7. So 120% should be 18.5 plus your extra 3.7, and you're going to get 22.5 ounces. Another way of figuring this out is by figuring out just numerically. We could say, well, if our original amount was 18.5 ounces and there's a 20% increase, we could figure out how much that is worth. So 20%, we want to convert it into decimal form. And you're going to get 18.5 times 0.20 is equal to 3.7. Once you have your amount of increase, we're going to see that 120% can be found by calculating your 100% and adding the extra 20% for a total of 120%. So 18.5 plus your 3.7 is equal to 22.5. My mistake, it should be 22.2. Let me fix that on the other side as well. Okay, now we have one more method to do it. This way is quite possibly the most efficient way. Here we go. Since our story is talking about we have 20% more, we have our original amount, 100%, or 18.5, and we add another 20%, that's equal to 120%. Now in decimal form, well, we can convert that to a decimal by putting it out of 100. So 120 100ths. Do the division there, and you're going to get 1.20, right? Now, if I want to know what 120% of 18.5 is, I'm going to take 18.5, and I'm going to multiply it by 1.20. And if I do the multiplication, I'm going to get 22.2. And that's basically the least amount of work to get there, because we don't really have to show this step right here, but you can if you need to. All right, new situation. The price of a shirt is $18.50, but you have a coupon that lowers the price by 20%. What is the price of the shirt after using the coupon? So we do have the same numbers, but in this case, the cost is not increasing. It's being lowered, so it's a decrease. We can model this by using a double number line, which again is connected directly to a tape diagram. And because the numbers are the same, the numbers on the diagram will also look the same. All right, now, we're not going to go to 120% because it's lowered by 20%. So what we have is 100% minus 20%, and that's going to leave you with 80%. So using our double number line here, we can see that the price of the shirt after using the coupon is at 80%, which is $14.80. All right, another way that you can do it is you can take your 14 point, my mistake, we're not taking 1480, we are taking our, $18.50, and we're gonna multiply that by our 20%, which represents a discount in this situation. Once again, that's equal to 3.7. But this time, because it's lowering the price, we're gonna take our $18.50 and we're gonna subtract our discount amount in dollars. And once again, we will get $14.80. Okay? All right, so that's another method. Now, the last method is probably the most efficient method of all because you could do a little bit of mental math. So for the mental math, I'm going to use the color green. Mental math, mentally, you could say, well, if I have 100% and I have a 20% discount from the coupon, that's 80%. And I don't have to actually write that. The stuff that's in green, that's in my head. But what I could do is I could say, okay, 80% is 0.80. Again, mental math. 80%, 0.80, same thing. It just in decimal form. Now, the only part that you would need to write out would be this. If I'm going to take my cost, my $18.50, I'm going to multiply it by what I'm actually going to have to pay. I'm going to have to only pay 80% of the price. Then just doing the steps in red, the stuff in red is the only thing I'm going to have to write out. I would end up getting $14.80. So as you can see, the stuff in green, that's just mental math. The stuff in red, that's all you'd have to write, and that's the least amount of work to get the same answer. But you can use any of these methods.